The city of Aiken is, it's the South's best small town. It is familial. It is a super tight-knit culture. From the very beginning of us being here, it's felt big enough to have some fun, but small enough to be familial. The moment that it got announced that we're planning on launching a campus in Aiken, South Carolina, Nikki and I immediately knew that there was a decent chance that we felt like we would end up moving to that area and starting something. So we moved into our house on Colleton Avenue on June 6th of 2015. Moved all our furniture in, got everything set, unpacked, and done by about, midnight. And then woke up at 6 or 7 a.m., something like that, the next day, and had church in our house. And it was mainly word of mouth, but it was really cool. We still did 2 services, and we had like 70-something people there. But really, honest to God, had a belief that something special was starting. And so there was kind of this wide-eyed wonder of let's just get this journey started and see what happens. One benefit of being able to transition locations a couple times early on in our history was it felt like tangible momentum, and it created these natural experiences for us to build unity and build in the idea of our mission, and so many different people who've been a part of this, people like Craig and Kathy Stone. Craig and Kathy have been greeting at the doors of the auditorium. They have always been smiling faces, willing to get their hands dirty, serving in Kids Spring. But if we've ever needed anything, we've always been able to count on them. We want to reach people like Leroy and Carrie Walker. And as Leroy and Carrie have built their marriage and have had a baby and have been putting pillars of Bible reading and he got to baptize his eldest daughter even. There have been all these things that have started with somebody who was hurting coming in the doors back in the day, who has allowed God to transform every area of his life. We want to reach people like Josh, Bethany, and Emma Kate Klein. The Kleins are embodying the kind of families that we want to see cultivated and grown here. That they're going to build their marriage, they're going to build their parenting around this ideology of walking with Jesus. People like Mark Vanderslice. Mark represents the greater impact we want to see on that campus. To be very present, very known, and very available as we missionally seek out USC Aiken. Additionally, it's been awesome to watch this family grow. People like Haley Sparks. She's one of our few students from the early days, and Haley really is one of those cool, rare people that you get to see who've been cultivated from a young age in this house. And, for her to get connected to our Charleston campus, to now be an intern in Kids Spring, and to take what God's done in Aiken, South Carolina, and help it shine brighter in a different city. The growing neighborhoods of that area, along with USC Aiken being right there, where this very much feels like this is the time and this is the place, and now it's just about going for it. I've seen us do a lot of overflow offerings and Christmas offerings. I've seen us do a lot of building campaigns and all of those different things. It is honestly fun, refreshing, and exciting to be a part of being forced to expand. There's this beautiful thing where I think God has allowed us to slowly but surely reach capacity and even into overflow, pun intended, while we've been in this space. And now to be, kind of bursting at the seams and in this space where expansion can only happen if our church holistically decides to invest in the expansion happening. I'm excited about the reality of that. Again, not just as the Aiken campus pastor, but as a 16-year New Spring vet. There's so much of me that's excited about this idea that God is still growing and building his church. God is still growing and expanding his kingdom, and he's still been so gracious to allow us to be a part of that in our state and in this city. And so what a fun reality for us to be a part of making room for him to do more. We want to reach more people. We want to reach people like Craig and Kathy Stone, Leroy and Carrie Walker, people like Josh, Bethany, and Emma Kate Klein, people like Mark Vanderslice. We want to reach people like Haley Sparks, and therefore her family. I'm thrilled at that opportunity. I'm humbled by that opportunity. And there are a decent amount of people here in this city who are so excited to be on the front lines of that and are believing for so much more than we've already seen, even though we've already seen a lot.